Hello everyone and happy Halloween. To celebrate Halloween today, I kind of wanted to do another special video. And in this one, I'm going to be ranking all of the Halloween levels in the game. I am adding 2 level sets onto here that could or could not be considered Halloween themed, but I think they fit that scary aesthetic really well. And they're from the Minimax era, which kind of needed some more backup. So there will be 14 candidates on this list, and I'll tell you guys what placement they're on in the tier list when compared to everything else. So with all of that being said, let's get started with the only F tier level on this list. Starting us off in 14th place, we have Halloween Night. This level is in 223rd place on the tier list. For reference, there's only 232 levels in the game. So it's the 9th worst level in the game, or the 10th worst level in the game. I can't do math. But, it's, pretty bad. And I will say, I mean, I get what they're going for with that, the aesthetic and all of that, but the portals just ruin this level for me. This is the only ever 5-star converted into a 6-star because it's just that stupid and hard because of the portals. It's not fun to me personally. The music's just okay. I hate the mystery boxes. It's just really not a fun level. And I just dislike coming back to it due to the music. Like boxes like that just kind of suck. And once again, like the unpredictability of the portals just really makes it unfun. Like I never go for that gem and box because it's just you never know where you're gonna come out or like what direction is gonna fling you, and that's just not fun to me. I really wish they'd like fix the portals in this level. I don't know if that's like why they want to leave it that way to like add the difficulty. I don't know why, but I just don't think it really worked here. And yeah, that's my pretty much opinion on this level. I do like the ending cameos to Halloween, and I think it's just Halloween's theme. But yeah, still a very confusing level that just didn't really work. 2018 was certainly not the year for holiday levels because we all know how the Christmas levels went. And considering there's only one 2018 holiday level in B tier, and that's the highest they get, yeah, they just didn't do well here. Yeah. Alright, up next in 13th place, we're moving into the E tier now. This tier has 2 levels, and the first one is Halloween Escape in 220th place, literally the bottom level of this tier. I think it can avoid being in the F tier because the obstacles are good enough, I guess. The ones in Halloween Night and Skeleton Party just really don't do it for me. These ones are a little better, and I do think the soundtrack is just, like I said, a little bit better. It has those little aspects to save it from F tier. However, this level is just so boring, and I never have fun playing this level at all. It's one of the easiest 2-stars in the game, so it very much just lacks difficulty, and thus it just makes it unfun for me. Also, just something about this level really never made it fun for me. I never have fun talking about these levels because I can't really trash them for anything specific. It's not like they do anything wrong. They're just really boring levels, and I just never come back to play them. Thus, I don't really have much to say on them ever. And actually, the next level on this list, I have pretty much the same opinion about. And it's also fairly similar to this level. So, yeah, that's Halloween Escape You. I guess that crown is pretty cool. It's probably the most exciting thing in this level, I'd say. I don't think there's anything that exciting in this level. All the crowns are just okay. I mean, like I said, that one is pretty good, but other than that, they're pretty forgettable. All the gems in this level are forgettable. Everything about this level is forgettable. I think Midnight Carnival does a much better job, so we'll talk about that level a little bit later. But yeah, they could have done a lot better on this. It doesn't help the level that the orange theme is also my least favorite as well. That's all I got for this one. Up next, still in the E tier, in 12th place we have the tertiary bonus of Midnight Carnival, which goes with Halloween Escape, and it is in 208th place on the tier list. So, one of the highest levels in E tier. By no means does that make it good. It once again suffers from the same thing the Halloween Escape does. It's really boring. Everything I said about obstacles and all of that still applies, really. I think this level's a lot less boring, though. I think I like the soundtrack a lot more as well. I do wish that it had more difficulty, but I understand at this point we were at a lack of 2-star or 1-stars, so I understand why they did it. I still just don't come back to this level ever, though. Once again, just a really boring level to talk about. I never have anything to say about it, considering I often forget that it exists. The only reason I'd ever play this level again is if I'm making a video like this, or if I have to rebeat the game because I got like a new phone, or I just wanted to, because sometimes I do that, and it's a horrible idea, because then you have to like rebeat Trailblaze and all that. I have not rebeat Trailblaze yet. I do not want to think about that. But yeah, I mean, you see, I'm talking about other levels now because this level's so boring. I can maintain a conversation like in anything else while playing this. It really doesn't, like I said, I can't really trash it for doing anything that bad. It's just really boring. And I'm glad that it's over. Because yeah, I have nothing more to say on it. Moving right into the C tier, skipping right over the D tier, we have Ghost Dance in 11th place on this list and 174th place on the tier list. Pretty big jump. There are no Halloween levels in the D tier, as well as another tier later there is no Halloween levels in. They're only in a few tiers. This one does nothing wrong. As we know with the tier rework now, C tier is the good levels, not good, sorry, decent levels tier. So all these levels are just pretty decent. I have a few complaints, generally, quite a bit, but nothing awful. The complaint I have for this level is that it's just really boring. That happens a lot with levels that don't change themes. I think there's a few exceptions, like Volcano, but yeah, this one I feel like just goes on for a lot. There's like, I don't know, it's just a generic Halloween level. I really love the color of this theme though, and it's interesting because there's only like one other level that this is ever seen in, and that other level is coming up very soon actually, because it's on this list. It's a bonus, but I mean, the soundtrack is such a bop, and that's what I think saves it from being in the lower tiers. I actually had this a lot lower, like in the D tier for a while, like before tier rework, but then I realized it was so good, so I moved it up to B tier, and then tier rework hit, and it moved down to C tier, but by no means is it bad. I used to have it in like S tier too, so this level's moved around like throughout the years, like a lot. My opinion on it has changed significantly. This is one of the first levels I ever 100%ed. Back when it was a 4-star, so yeah, no, I mean, I have some nostalgia for this level, but I think overall C tier is probably the best place for it. I would think of this as near the middle of the tier list anyway. Yeah, by no means is it bad, but there's a lot of better levels in Halloween category. In 170th place on the tier list and 10th place on this list, we have Skeleton Party, still in the C tier. This is 4 places above Ghost Dance, and actually, as you're going to see, there's 2 levels that are very close in placement on the tier list to this level as well. There's a lot of C tier levels and for this list, so keep that in mind. Even though this level's a 1-star, I think it manages to do everything a lot better than Cobweb did, which is kind of interesting considering it's easier than Cobweb. They just did it a lot better. This is the bonus of Halloween Night, a level we already covered. And honestly, even though it's a 1-star, I like it like so much more. The portals actually work, which good. And also I think the soundtrack is just way more iconic. I hear this in ads all the time. It's just so fun. I know I just missed that gem. I don't really care. There's just a lot of ways you can play this level as well, which just makes it really fun. Granted, like I said, it's a 1-star, so that definitely does decrease its rating. It was initially in B tier and then tier rework it. I'm pretty sure like every level in C tier was in B tier initially, and then tier rework it. There might be a few towards the top of the tier that are not like that, but there's no Halloween levels that were in the top of the C tier here, so Still, just a very solid level. Um, like I said, it just struggles from being a 1-star, but other than that, I like a lot about it. In ninth place on this list, and 168th place on the tier list, 2 places ahead of Skeleton Party, we have Jack-O-Lantern. This is the bonus of Halloween. Certainly did not think this level would be a 1-star. I thought it would be like a 3-star when it came out. It is the longest 1-star in the game. I guess it kind of helps it. It's still pretty boring. However, the soundtrack and I guess some of the writing saves it quite a bit compared to other 1-stars, especially the Halloween ones. It's still pretty boring, which is my main complaint with this level, because like I said, the C-tier levels have quite a few complaints, and that's my complaint here. It's just super boring. This is the only ever time we've seen the Ghost Dance theme, which is very interesting to me. As far as I know, I could be wrong with that, but I'm pretty sure that's correct. So that's pretty interesting to see that again. I was very excited to see that again because I really do like that theme. This is an F777 soundtrack, also just a banger, so it is boosting it above Skeleton Party, even though I think Skeleton Party has a more iconic soundtrack. I think this one is just better. Like I said, I really wish it wasn't a 1-star. However, I do think the reference to the 2018 Halloween levels at the end is pretty cool. Like it says it's back and then it goes to these themes. Pretty cool. The portals are actually not finicky, which is good because they did not need to reference that, especially for a 1-star. If it was like a 4-star, I could like reference the finickiness of the portals, but like, yeah. Overall, just a pretty solid level. I mean, I have quite a few complaints about just how long it is and boring. I think if they're gonna make a level with this song, they probably should have made it a 3-star or something. But I mean, I'm fine with a pretty long 1-star, considering it was the bonus of the first Halloween level ever. So, I mean, it's pretty cool. And overall, it's not the worst level ever. In 8th place, literally right above Jack-O-Lantern on the tier list, in 167th place, 67, is Midnight Carnival. Still in C tier. This is the last level of the C tier, and it's actually still pretty low C tier, not gonna lie. This level, I don't know if I, like, what my complaints are, really. I'm just not a fan of it. I like it. I just don't really come back to it a lot. I guess it's just kind of forgettable. Of all the Halloween levels, I mean, its soundtrack is a huge, like, it's such a banger, I'll admit. I guess the obstacles, I mean, like I said, they're better than Halloween Night. It does not mean that they're, like, good. I mean, I think there's better obstacles. There's 1 year of Halloween levels we still haven't seen yet, because I think they have the best theming overall. Well, I guess, no, I take that back. There's 3 years of Halloween levels that, because of what levels I put on this. There's 1 year of, like, actual Halloween levels that we still haven't seen yet, because I think it's just the best. And then there's the 2 Minimax ones that I put on here because I thought they seemed accurate. This crown is actually really easy. I love it. Yeah, I just never played this level that much. They made some tweaks to it, like minor things. Like now these platforms do this instead of going at the same time. It looks cleaner. That's pretty cool. Just minor updates like that have occurred in this level. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just kind of your generic 2017 level. 2017 had, I mean, 2017 probably on average has the worst Halloween levels, which is kind of insane considering 2018 has an F tier one, but like 2017 has a C tier one and 2 E tiers, so I mean that's also pretty bad. Mostly 2017 gets pulled down by its boringness, but also, I mean, this level is pretty fun, I'll say. It's just really boring and forgettable. In 7th place, we have Monster Chorus in 152nd place on the tier list. This is the level I was talking about. It has the best decoration in all of that. It was the 2019 set of Halloween levels, and in my opinion, it's the best set of Halloween levels, like, that are actually Halloween themed. On average, there's one that's better, I'd say. Granted, one of the levels is not that good in my opinion, but it's just getting held up due to tier rework stuff. But yeah, I really do like this one. I mean, I skipped the slow pad, which is just funny. I love that you can do that. I love the soundtrack for this one. This is the main level. I actually like this level's bonus more. Obviously, you haven't seen it yet, so duh. But that one's gonna be a lot higher than a lot of people think it will. I've seen that be kind of controversial. I honestly think it's one of the most slept-on levels in the entire game. We'll get more on that later. This level is B tier. We're in the B tier now, by the way. This is very low B tier. I believe third lowest, but it's still B tier. I love just the background. 2019 Halloween levels they cooked on for sure. My complaint is, I guess, just like some minor routing things. The bat hitboxes are really annoying. There's not too much I have to complain about in all honesty. It's just really getting hit by the fact that like tier rework happened and there's a lot of better levels in the game than this one. Just significant amount. I can definitely be very boring at times, which is something I feel like a lot of these Halloween levels have in common, which is a little unfortunate. Still, this is a very fun one. A lot of people don't understand that third crown, which is very interesting to me. Yeah, the amazing obstacles, like best deco of any Halloween level, not including the Minimax ones. And honestly, just a pretty fun one. I do come back to this one every so often. In 6th place, still in the B tier, in 131st place on the tier list, we have Otherworld. This one might not be considered a Halloween level. I mean, it is literally meant for Day of the Dead, which is a different holiday. But I think it's Halloween enough. Okay, wow, that's fine. I think it's Halloween enough to count. And in all honesty, it's a very short one. However, it's short but sweet. You know, I'm personally a fan of this one. I like it. Love the mechanics. I do think Day of the Dead is better, which we'll be seeing quite soon. However, by no means is this all bad. I mean, sure, it's not in the top 100, but there's a lot of levels in the game at this point. It's still in B tier, like mid B tier too. There's a lot of levels in B tier. It is the biggest tier, I believe, either that or S tier. This crown is really fun. I do my one issue with this level is the third crown is awful. Also, say it with me, way too short. Sorry, I had to do that. Love the soundtrack though. Soundtrack is really good. I honestly thought this was going to be a 1-star. I think a lot of people did, but I'm very glad that it's not, because as we've seen with Halloween 1-stars in this video, they don't generally do well, or even 2-stars. We've seen. This crown kind of sucks. I do hate it. You always lose your shield there. Like, I don't even know. Like, it's so hard. Like, the hitboxes of that do really suck. I love it. The ending feels very, like, cinematic, though, I guess, just because of the music. It's very fun. Love the upside down mechanic. Granted, it's not really used a lot, but I mean, still, it's cool that it's here. Yeah, pretty fun level, very short, but pretty good. Not the best Minimax level. I mean, it's the worst actually on this list, but 6th place, pretty good. In 5th place on this list and 130th place on the tier list, we have Halloween, the first one, the one that started it all. This level is literally right above Otherworld on the tier list. And this one just gives me nostalgia, you know? It's pretty, I mean, it's still pretty middle of the road B tier, but I mean, it's still pretty good. My complaint with this level is mostly it's just kind of outdated, you know, but that's totally fine. I still love the routing style of this level. It's very fun. Love the bass drum here. It just sounds really cool on the soundtrack. There are a few hitbox issues which do bring this level down to a little bit for me, though I would not blame anyone for putting this in A tier or maybe even S tier, because I could kind of see an argument for that. It's just not where I'm putting it, to be honest. Still, honestly, very good. I probably could change this with the next level. I'm probably going to get a lot of confused comments about why the next level is so high up, or why it's even on this list, actually. But, I'll explain more about that level next. This level, however, just gives me a wave of nostalgia from 2016. I could never beat this back in 2016, because, you know, I sucked in 2016. I was, like, a child. Still, very, very nostalgic for me. Love the soundtrack. I mean, the soundtrack is just a huge thing. Decorations for 2016, honestly, also not that bad. We saw all of these in Ghost Dance already, like I said. So everything I said there kind of applies. I mean, the gray theme and all that, we've also seen it in Jack-O-Lantern. We've seen these before. But, still, just very fun. When I beat this for the first time, or I even just, like, played it through it without even perfecting it, it's like just beating it. I was like, wow, this is such a good level. Like, I had to wait for checkpoints to do that, but, like, still. I was just like, wow, yeah, this is a great level. Honestly, pretty solid, yeah. So yeah, kicking off the top 5, we have this level, the one that started it all. Okay. In 129th place on the tier list, in 4th place on this list, Cthulhu. Oh, how I hate this level. I hate this level. But I do have to give it credit. I mean, in terms of Minimax standards, this is one of their worst. But in terms of the rest of the levels in the game, it's pretty high up. Granted, it's literally 1 spot above Halloween and 2 spots above Otherworld, but still. This level is on this list because I feel like it's very spooky, very Halloweeny. It has like all of these weird red things that looks like bloody. I don't know. It gives off like that scary vibe. I can certainly say, well, I mean, y'all probably know what my complaint about this level is. The mystery boxes suck. They're awful. They're some of the worst I've ever seen, ever. It's not fun. They're not fun to get. Like, that happens a lot. I don't want to keep playing the level. Like, it pisses me off, honestly. Like, I have so much more positive stuff to say about Halloween in this level, but I do have to give credit where credit is due. I think it is a much better Halloween level and just level in general than Halloween, though I could see myself changing that in the future. As of right now, 4th place is where it stands, though I could see myself moving it down to like maybe 6th place. So these 3 are very interchangeable between each other. As of right now, this is where it stands, though. Kicking off the top 3, still in B tier, in 116th place, we have the Day of the Dead. This is a very solid level. And we're not even in A tier. We're never going to be in A tier. There's no A tier levels. I'm just going to say that right now. It goes straight to S tier after this. There's 2 S tier levels. And this level used to be an S tier. It used to be an A tier as well. Then Tyria work hit and it got moved down. Still very solid. Soundtrack hard carries this level. Like, I mean, the routing is also fire. Like, the soundtrack is so good. I very much love the soundtrack. Now we have the upside down mechanic, which is also very cool. I'm personally, I mean, yeah, I mean, you can't really see what you're gonna get into, but so it's more memorization based, but still. Everything in this level is very solid. I'm, like, yeah. My one complaint would be the fact that, I mean, like, sometimes there's some minor routing issues. That's my main complaint here. This was, like, one of the first 4-star main levels. This might be the first 4-star main level of Minimax, I think. If not the first, one of the first. So that's also pretty cool in terms of history thing. I mean, it doesn't really matter now, but, like, still very cool to know. Overall, I think this level does its job quite well for being a celebration level. Whether or not it's a Halloween level, that's up to you to decide. I think it's close enough to Halloween to consider it one. But it's my list anyway, so kind of glad I died there because I did not want to play the end of the level because the end of the level has a really hard crown. That's another complaint I have about it. Even in 3rd place, I have complaints, but don't worry. 1st and 2nd place, I have no complaints about. So let's talk about 2nd place. In 2nd place, moving into the S tier. So the last level was in 116th place on the tier list. This level is 40th place. That's how many levels are in the A tier, and S tier, and like the rest of the B tier. There's a lot. There's a lot of good levels in this game, and this level is one of those good levels. I see a lot of people say this is like C tier or something, and like, nah, this is getting underrated. Like, this is one of the most underrated levels in the game. It has one of the best soundtracks. Like, I'm willing to stand by that. Like, top 30 for sure. Not as good as Fireworks soundtrack, which, you know, shouldn't have been my top 15, but it's just such a solid soundtrack. And like there's even music sync and all that, and then the routing too is just really good. There's fog at certain times, which really fits the theme. There's like all the decoration, like just background stuff that's really cool. One of the most slept on bonus levels in the entire game, like I was saying with Monster Chorus. They cooked on these 2019 levels for Halloween, and this is the only like really official Halloween level in the S tier. The only other level, like the number one level, I could see an argument as to why somebody wouldn't even consider it a Halloween level. So like this could technically be number one if I wasn't including the next level. And it totally deserves it because like the ending of the soundtrack, like 80% to the end, is so fire. Like it's just peak. This is peak soundtrack design. It's so good. I mean, sure, this crown is free, but I kind of like that. Considering the Monster Chorus one was so confusing for a lot of people. I mean, I understand it, but I know a lot of people don't. Yeah, it's just such a solid level. Very fun. I come back to this a lot. Very slept on, in my opinion. Very slept on level. Let's move on to number one, though. Funnily enough, in first place, 39th place on the tier list, one spot above Trick or Treat, Groth. This is the bonus of Cthulhu, and man, does it slap. So, if y'all don't know, the eyes on the ground that I'm hitting, if you hit 6 of them, it automatically kills you, regardless if you have your shield or not. Look at the tiles even spell out hell. Like, I feel like this is just scary. There's even some music sync here. I mean, or at least they try to. But yeah, those eyes will kill you if you hit 6. So what this level does is it makes you hit 5, and then it makes you try to come up with like cool ways to avoid hitting a 6th. And it's actually really creative. Like, see, there's 2 on the ground right there, but if you skip it, I hit 3 right there, and then I hit 2 to get that gem, so it's 5. It actually requires some like math, which is pretty interesting. Makes you think. And then like if I miss these, I can hit these 4 to get the crown. It's very innovative. I love how they did it. It's a very just cool routing technique that they use, and they even have like filtered themes. They just did everything much better than Cthulhu. Sorry, well, like I said, that weird name though. In my deeper dive, I said that it had a pretty weird name. I don't really know the origin of all that. Still, and the soundtrack slaps. The soundtrack is honestly fire. Like, it's so good. Cause like right here it's calm, but there's like the drum sound effect in the background. Like, oh my god, it's building off. Like, and here it is. It's just crazy build up, and then you have to like avoid that so you can get the gem, and then it resets right here, and then I can't hit these so I can get this crown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I don't die. It's just love it. And then the third crown, even more innovative, makes you hit 5 right here. Then you have to avoid those on the ground. So cool. And the gem does that too. I actually couldn't get it because I went the wrong way. Because I know that would have automatically killed me. Just such a fun level, honestly. It's very deserving of first place on this list. Though I can see an argument for this, people saying that this isn't a Halloween level, so in that case Trick or Treat would win. Still. Well, that's pretty much all I have to say. Have a safe Halloween and a happy Halloween. And hopefully this video's out on Halloween. See y'all in the next one.